Hi, everyone. I'm John Cappello, and welcome to The Psychic Side. I am a psychic medium from the Texas area, and I've been doing my work for over 30 years. It seems like it's been just yesterday since I started, but lots of things have changed in the 30 years that I've been a psychic medium, and I'm delighted to join the Psychic Radio Network. You know, I'm really impressed with it. Constance has done such a wonderful job putting together a great team, and I've been watching some of the shows that are on the air, and it's just a delight. So I'm really pleased to be here. I'm back on the radio. It's been 5 years since I have been doing any radio work, but I'm happy to be here. And this show is going to be about psychic development. What I want to do is I want to introduce you to my work and to my philosophy and to the ways that I do things. And you know, I feel like everybody should learn how to be psychic, how to tap into their psychic abilities. I also feel like you need to learn from lots of different sources. You know, don't just learn from me, learn from other people too. And find those things that work for you. Because what you're going to find is you're going to find that being psychic is really very empowering. It's something that I think that everyone should do, because what you're doing is you're getting in touch with your feelings. You're getting in touch with who you are as a person. And what could be wrong with that? You know, it's very much a learning experience. It's a journey of self-discovery. So I have lots of books out there, and the one that I'm going to be concentrating on is my psychic development workbook. It's called Soul Exercises for the Open Mind, and it's in the process of having an audio version to be a companion to the workbook, to the actual paperback. But it's available on balboabooks.com, and it's available on Amazon.com. That, along with a couple of other books that I have, Open the Mind, Exercise the Soul. I have a grief book out, Open the Mind, Heal the Heart. And I have several children's books that are out, books about virtue and books about angels and children, and just some learning stories. And I feel like they're good for kids, something different that you don't see often right now, especially in the bookstores. You go in there and there's lots of other content out there, but nothing really about angels and kids. So that's why I have written those books. I've developed a character called the Cat with the White Mustache. So lots of things going on with me. I travel around the country, around the United States, mainly in the region of the Midwest. I go through Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Kansas, but I've been in other places around the United States, and I've performed in some other countries around the world. So what's the psychic side? The psychic side is really the right brain. It's about developing your creativity. It's about paying attention. It's about using your gifts to not only make yourself better, but to serve others in a positive way. And it changes your point of view, because what happens when you develop your psychic gifts and you start to see things from other perspectives, it broadens your viewpoint. And some people call it maturity, but but from my perspective, as you get older and as you start to pay attention to things and as you start to understand other points of view and you have those aha moments, these are things that really come into play as you grow and as you become more aware of who you are. So we're going to be talking a lot about that. We're working on a certification program right now, so that if you want to take the certification course, you can. I want to concentrate on the psychic work first before we get into mediumship. And that's something I want to say from the very beginning, that if you're going to learn to be psychic and you want to learn to be a medium, learn the psychic skills first. Learn them first, because what happens is you get all the tools, you get all of those things in place. You understand what's going on with you. You understand the language, and you understand how things work within you. You know, and I also say that if you're going to learn to be a psychic, you should not only give readings, but you should get them too, and then you repeat. So what you do is you learn a little bit how the mechanics work within you, and when you receive a reading, you start to see how the mechanics work with other psychics. You know, so it's a matter of making yourself your own apprentice. And if you have a support system, if you have other people around you who are like-minded, that's also gold. That's just really good because they're going to be honest with you. You know, if you just start out giving readings to total strangers, they might be honest with you, and usually, you know, people are. But if they're not, then it's going to hurt your confidence. And that's something that we don't want to happen. We don't want to hurt your confidence. And we don't want anything that you experience a psychic impression to scare you either. We don't want it to be overwhelming. We want to kind of figure out what's happening when you receive these psychic impressions, and how to deal with them. So one of the things that we're going to be asking you to do also is get yourself a journal. Get your handy dandy journal, if you can see it right this. Get a journal and start to write down things. And we're going to be developing some skills. We're going to be talking about each of the psychic senses, some of the uniqueness of each psychic sense, the nuances. And what you're going to find is you're going to find that there's door openers. There's things that allow you to have one impression, which leads to lots of other things that happen. And so it's really something that's enjoyable. I love it. I've been doing it now for a long, long time. You know, the first 11 years that I did my work, I did everything in the dark. We just didn't have the tools that we have nowadays. We didn't have Facebook, and we didn't have wonderful internet radio opportunities like we have here on the Psychic Radio Network and Moonstruck TV. So what I've done is I've decided it's time for me to grow. It's time for me to expand my work. You know, there have been so many new people that have come on board, and they're all talented. I mean, I just am amazed at the talent that's out there. But I'm one of the old timers. I'm one of the people that started out long ago, and I want to share those abilities with you. I may be able to give you insight, but I don't want to discount what you may have already learned. But I want you to see if you can enhance it and see if I can help you enhance it. So this is my goal. These are some of the things that we're going to be talking about here on the psychic side. I want you to develop your creativity. I want you to look at the news from a different perspective. And I want you to be able to discern your feelings. I want you to be able to understand whatever visions you get, those little whispers in your ear. I want you to understand the way that ideas drop into your mind. I want you to know what all of those things mean, because they're all very important, and we're stronger in one sense than we are at others. Some people are even, but most people are strongest in one psychic sense. And once you figure which one it is, then you can develop the others, because I hope to give you some exercises that will help you do that. Now, also, I want feedback from you. It's important that you let me know what you want to be talked about here on the psychic side. And if I can answer a question for you, I want you to be feel free to ask those questions. Today, I'm not going to be doing any readings. We'll be working up to that. We'll be taking readings at some point in time. But I'd like for you to kind of get a little bit of a sense of my work first, of the body of work that I have. I also write for Your Tango. It's a online magazine. Some of my work has been on MSN and Yahoo. And then, of course, you can go to my website and read some of my blogs. I have an extensive catalog of blogs that's there. So it's like I say, after 30 years, you have a body of work that you hopefully can share with a large group of people, and that's what I want to do. I want to open up some of my belief systems to others, because I feel like I'm not very much different than most people, but I also feel like I may say something you haven't heard in the past from other people. And if I have, then I feel like I've accomplished something. So please feel free to send me an email, john@johncappello.com. I'd appreciate it if you go to my like page on Facebook and like me there. Now, we'll be supplementing the show periodically with YouTubes and maybe some TikToks, all under my name. And so I hope that you'll do that as well. So for my first show today, I just want you to kind of know where we're going to be going with the program, and as we get better at it, we will invite you to join us with readings and more interaction. But today, I just wanted to just kind of get the scene set. So I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate Constance for all of her support while I've been trying to get on board here on the Psychic Radio Network. It's going to be fun. I'm going to be here for a good while, I feel. This is a place for the psychics to come. You know, so many other platforms use psychics kind of on the side, or they are not the main focus of the work. But here, the psychics are the main focus. And I think that's great, because we're all in this together, and I think we can learn from one another. And I want to be able to share the things I've learned over the past 30 years from my mentors and other people that have influenced me in my life. And I want to be able to work with you on the material that I already have present in my books and in other literature and writing that I have on the internet. So that's really what I wanted to talk to you about today. I appreciate you, like I say, you tuning in. This has been fun for the first 15 minutes, the first show. And with that, I want to just say thanks again, adios, and we will see you next week here on the Psychic Side and on the A1R Psychic Radio Network and Moonstruck TV. So thanks again, and we'll see you next week.